Hello, my dear friends. One friend asked me one question, I think a couple of days ago, if I could explain the connection in between the Brahmarandra and the shoulders, where we have Sri Chakra in the right shoulder, Sri Lalita. And that triangle, which is very important in our system, we can say. And first is to understand that we, our soul, with the central nervous system, the chakras, the nadis, all our soul is a mechanism. It's called Tantra in the Sanskrit language. Tantra means mechanism. As we as humans, we are one human Tantra, one human mechanism for our evolution, for our enlightenment, for God realize Himself inside every soul. So that mechanism is very important when we start rising. We are seekers, we start our search of our reality, of the reality of everything. And then first thing we get is the awakening of the divine energy, the divine mother Kundalini, which is, we can say, like the engine, we can say, of that mechanism in us. The divine mother Kundalini is so very important in the activation, starting of that human Tantra we are, that human mechanism. And we have to understand the awakening of the divine mother is something so very sacred. And Kundalini is a divine mother. She is a mother. So the approach to that awakening, which is the awakening of our all Tantra, the approach has to be like a child, because she is the mother. We have to be the child. It's the only way. Other ways to activate Kundalini is not proper, we can say, because she is a mother. We have to be like a child, very innocent, very pure, and our approach has to be pure in that sense. What is the image I feel in my heart represent very well that relationship in between our soul and the Divine Mother, the Kundalini inside. It's like a little baby in the arms of the mother when it's just born. When the baby is just born and the mother again get the baby in her arms, the baby is absolutely pure child and completely surrendered to his mother. So that is the way to awaken Kundalini, to activate our system, our Tantra. Complete purity in the relationship. Other ways are not the right way. And Kundalini, because she is a mother, if we try to rise her or to awaken her in a way which is not that purity like a child, but we consider that energy, using it in the wrong way. I don't want to explain because I don't know much about other things, other techniques, but if it's wrong, what we do is we hurt our Tantra. We spoil our Tantra, so the Kundalini is going to be more and more difficult to awaken in the future. So first thing, Kundalini awakens, activate our Tantra. That moment, because the Tantra, the system is activated, we start experiencing through our central nervous system the chakras which are connected to every part of our hand, every part of our head, of the legs, of the arms. The whole body is connected through to that chakras which are the central part where Kundalini flows. So if we have a problem in any chakra, we feel in a particular finger, the right hand is the action, connected to the action, left emotion, both the center. We know, Sahaya Yogis, all that mechanism quite well. Don't need to explain too much. So the system is activated, and then we get direct experience of our system, and we start understanding how it works For example, every part of every chakra gives different qualities in our personality. If we behave in a wrong way, we are hurting ourselves, our chakra close, and then we feel bad. When we do something which is proper, we can say the behavior which is in the same vibration or same tune, same frequency of the chakra, which is proper, then we do something and our chakra expands, we feel good. So we start understanding our system, the first part of the Tantra, which are the chakras, mainly the three nadis connected to the body. And then we start evolving in that and working in the left channel, emotions, in the action, balancing the chakras, clearing the chakras, which is beautiful. This is just the first part of the awakening of the Tantra we are, our soul. Just the beginning. It takes some time, probably, for every person, every individual will take different time. Some people might need very little, some people might need more. But then, when the system starts clearing, there is, we can say, another awakening of our Tantra. What is that awakening? It means the same Kundalini, once the system is a little bit in balance, she flows with more force in the central channel, and in the central channel happens one expansion. That is basic for the higher ascent, which is the second part of the awakening of our Tantra element, our human element. So Kundalini, because of the balancing, is flowing fully in the central channel, and the central channel expands completely. That is basic. The beginning of that higher ascent is just the central channel expansion, is the main thing. So what happened at that moment? When the central channel expands, because one channel is inside each other, is the central channel Sushumna around the Ida Nadi, which is the left channel, the emotions and desires around the right channel, one inside the other like a spiral, all flowing through our chakras, through our whole Tantra. So imagine in the center, the central channel expands. Because it's inside, it balances automatically the left and right, because they are here, the central is inside. So there is no space for the left and right to unbalance again. Central channel in the expansion keeps the complete balance of both channels. And how I felt it is not only you keep the balance all the time, but is central channel become just the thing. Left and right are just like helpers, we can say. Helping the central channel is the only thing in us. That moment, because the Kundalini, the expansion has happened, the Kundalini is flowing all the time in central channel, all the time through all our Tantra. And what produces is we feel joy. We feel very nice. We feel fine, finally. And no worry, no problem, in the sense that all the worries and problems are blockages in our chakras. We worry about money, blockage in the Nadi. We worry about relationships, blockage in the heart or visually. It's like that. Worries coming from imbalances in our central nervous system. That's it. When that second awakening of our Tantra happens, Kundalini is flowing all the time in central channel. You feel all the time fine, just joy. It's so very natural. It's nothing so very great. Of course, if we come from the other stage where we were struggling, trying to balance in ourselves, cleaning ourselves, becoming fanatic in this is good, this is bad, this is helping, this is not. From that point of view, it looks like, utopia, like it's too much. But no, it's our reality of every single human being. Our soul is made like that. So central channel expands, Kundalini is flowing all the time. And at that moment, because Kundalini is powerful energy, you can feel in your body like current, like electric current just going, sometimes super powerful. It's really, really strong, And then you can feel movements in your meditation or because the Kundalini is moving like in that spiral, rising, and different things. That moment starts the higher ascent, the higher awakening of our human Tantra, our soul. That moment is just full of joy. Every single meditation is deep because the central channel is expanded. Every meditation you realize something more and more and more. Is beautiful. Finally, finally beautiful. And one thing is part of this expansion of central channel is that, of course, it's just the beginning of the higher ascent. It's only the beginning. But since the beginning, you just feel satisfied because Kundalini is just flowing. So it's just satisfied from that very beginning. There's still a long way to go, but enjoy it. Finally, not more struggling. And then what happened? We start working again in the same channel, same chakras, but now it's different because the chakras are not catch, not blocked with energies, negativities. It's just flowing, but they need to be expanded. So we meditate in every chakra again, and just for joy. Meditation is the spirit is there witnessing. That is meditation. It's the nature of the spirit. That's why maybe Shiva is represented just in the state of meditation almost always, because it's our natural state. The state of our spirit is just witnessing without any reaction, enjoying himself, not enjoying the outside, enjoying himself. And you look at the outside, but it's not. It's like Shiva is not telling me and the world. No, you see everything, but it's just Shiva there, you can say. Only existence. And he enjoys the inside, looking at everything because everything is part of the inside. So you meditate at that moment, start the higher ascent, meditate in the first chakra, just Muladhara. And just one petal is enough. Left petal of Muladhara. And enjoy. And very soon, at that state, it will open, it will expand, and you will experience what that means. Second petal, third petal, like that. Then, that petal connected to the next chakra, because all the chakras has auras, you can say, like channels of energy moving from one chakra to another. And when I meditated in that, like meditated in one petal and the connection of that particular petal of one chakra to the other chakras, I understood it has so much sense. Everything in the spiritual world, in our human Tantra, is full of common sense, full. The petals of every chakra is perfect for connecting to the chakras below and how we rise with the chakras above. For example, we have the heart with 12 petals. So we have 3 chakras above, 3 chakras below. So 3 petals in the right connected to the 3 chakras, each one to a particular chakra with that particular aura. So is the one petal, so we understand, for example, the heart. The petal down to the right, connected to the petal up to the right with the Navi. The second petal down, connected to the second petal of Svadhisthana, and the third with the Muladhara. The Navi, the first petal down, connect with the Navi, with the Svadhisthana, and the second with the Muladhara. And the middle with the heart. And the other one up with the Visuddhi. And the other one up with the Ajna. Perfect. Every number of petals in every chakra are perfect to connect exactly with the chakras above and below. Only the Muladhara, the two petals in the sides, connect with all the left and all the right chakras, and the heart, of course, with everyone. So, that moment we start going deeper in the Tantra, in the higher ascent, in the real essence of the chakras. Feeling it, meditating in it, enjoying it, discovering ourselves. Nothing written we need to follow. Is we become, you can say, the seers, we discover ourselves, that system. And that has meaning for us. And we can share if someone wants. But it's us, the ones who are going to get the full enlightening by that, the full understanding, the gift. So, we meditate in the chakras. We expand the chakras. We allow the chakras to expand. Because in the second ascent, when the central channel has been expanded, the spirit is already there. The spirit manifests through the central channel in purity. The Kundalini and the Mother, the love of God, the love of Shiva, manifests in purity through the central channel. So Shiva is already there, Mother is already there. We just need to focus wherever, allow that to happen in complete surrendering, not putting our ego back. Enjoying, just enjoying. Not to achieve anything, but the desire is natural, but you don't expect. Okay, so central channel, understanding the chakras, all the petals. At that moment, there is some very, very important parts in the higher ascent. First part is the Muladhara, which needs to give complete attention, petal by petal, because this is the establishment, the complete enlightening of the Muladhara, understanding, becoming that, is the establishment of Nirvikalpa, which is that higher ascent. Then the second part is the Nabi and void, basically the void. In the void, there are 10 balances, 10 primordial gurus all around the void. We need to meditate in each of them, of that gurus, enjoying that, realizing that, so our void and the guru inside that gets completely settled, because that will hold the higher ascent. It will hold it with complete gravity, so you cannot move from there. So first Muladhara, then void, with the primordial masters. These are super important parts of the higher human Tantra, our soul. Muladhara, first of course we say central channel, which has to be the main thing. Attention cannot move even for a moment from central channel, whatever happens, because the central channel keeps the balancing. The energy try to go to the left, balance, go to the center, Sahasrara, Brahmarandra, and the whole central channel. Attention there, pure desire to be what we are, allowing that expansion again, blockages go. But then is Muladhara, and the second part of the higher Tantra is the 10 Adigurus in our void. And then, of course, the heart. Heart has to be completely pure. Completely pure, in full connection with the Muladhara, the child. And then, from there as we rise, Brahmarandra, of course. This has to be always there since the expansion of the central channel happens, because how to keep in the central channel is the point of reference is Brahmarandra. Brahmarandra is pure central channel, so attention there, we have to go in the central channel and allowing that expansion to be always there, whatever comes in our life, negativity, try to attack. Central channel. So Brahmarandra, and from Brahmarandra there is this triangle which is very important. which is Sri Chakra, Sri Lalita. What happened in the higher ascent is the spirit is already there, and his love, Mother. And the spirit, if we do, we are not doing. The spirit is the doer. When the spirit rises till the Brahmarandra, anything we do, if we want to call like that with words, the spirit is the doer. So through this triangle, you see the triangle from Visuddhi, Sri Lalita, Sri Chakra, the Visuddhi, we become the instruments of God. God is the totality, the Virat, and we, this human Tantra, this soul, this little human, is the instrument of the Virat. The Virat is the totality. So from that part of instruments, you see, we go to Sri Chakra, where the action of the totality manifests. Sri Chakra is just the creative power in purity of Shiva, manifested through the Virat. And in that we become completely surrendered instruments in the hands of Shiva and the Virat for him to be the doer in real sense, manifesting through our hand to our hand, and that energy is in our hand. But we are not the doers. We are nothing. We know nothing. That instrument given back to the one who won. And Sri Lalita in the left shoulder, the pure love of God, the pure emotion of God manifesting in purity. This instrument again given to God, and he expresses his love, emotion, and creative power through us. And he does. He understands. And we know nothing. We are very small children. Owing nothing, we have nothing. The body is his, not ours, not of our ego. And then we rise to a very important part of that chakras, because when this system I've been describing is, we can not need to say it's fully evolved, no, but it's evolved enough as to start the part of the higher ascent, the awakening, and first awakening and expansion of the higher chakras. From the Brahmarandra above, all that energies are focused in expansion to the world. Forget about us. Till the Brahmarandra, all this was going on inside, and you can say the energy was focused inside, enlightening, the Shiva enlightening our Tantra, ourselves, if we want to call I. There is no I, but Shiva focusing, enlightening inside the Tantra. But when these chakras start awakening and expanding, the whole thing is projecting the light out. This is the meaning of the real higher Tantra in us, every single human. So the people who think we should not share because they judge we are wrong, they are completely opposing the natural state of the human being, human Tantra, human soul, as instruments of God, which is for sharing, is all that energy of creative. Anything that the spirit is the doer, focusing completely in the world, in other people, in the whole humanity, in the whole creation. And every chakra above the Sahasrara is different, we can say, frequencies of that expansion to the world. There are some which are very important. First, I would say it is the Bindu, the second higher chakra. Bindu is like the Muladhara, is the complete awakening, integration of the human Tantra with the doer, Shiva. with God. Is the divine Trinity, the sacred Trinity, the human soul, the energy that is living inside, which is Mother, and the witness, which is Shiva, all become one. Shiva Shakti, reflected in human form, the Holy Trinity. So the second chakra is the Bindu. It's very important to meditate, enjoying that, realizing that. Then the next one is very important, which is connected with the Visuddhi. In that higher chakras, everything has so much sense. The first one connected with the Sahasrara, and it's like the pollen in the lotus of Sahasrara. Sahasrara is like a big lotus, which is all the head, and then in the middle the pollen, where it flows the fragrance of the lotus, Nirananda, pure joy, our fragrance. And then the second, where is that Holy Trinity connected with the Agnya, which you see is the child, Agnya Muladhara connected with the second. And then the third is very important, is the Visuddhi. Third is the massive sphere lotus, which is the complete integration in that sacred Sahasrara of the Virat. We are one cell in the Sahasrara of the Virat, one petal. With full attention, with full understanding, with full surrendering, where Shiva is the doer, projected in full awareness, that light in that Sahasrara for the enlightenment of humanity. Because if the Sahasrara of the Virat is enlightened, the humanity will be enlightened, because everything is in the Virat. So after is another chakra connected with the spirit, Atma Paramatma. After there is another one connected with the Guru, Anruta Dayini, Anruta, the nectar of God. The experience of the spirit, because the Anrut is the nature of the spirit, we say so. Giving the nature of the spirit. Who? The Guru, of course, connected with the void and Navi. Giving that Atma Paramatma to the humanity. Again, another projection. Then Pradakshina connected with the Swadhisthana, which is, Pradakshina is like a circle, holy circle. Around the Guru is the knowledge, Swadhisthana, the knowledge of the Guru. And then finally a big sphere of energy all around the body connected with the Muladhara, Valaya, last chakra, we can say it. And then beyond, when everything, all that dissolves, just a vacuum, because all that disappears. There is no observer. You are. Everything is. And everything is inside. And without any control, spontaneously, everything flows inside, like bubbles. But there is nothing, and in a way, as there is no observer, everything is there. So these are very important parts of the human Tantra, and in the higher Tantra is basic first and always central channel. Then we have, when the awakening of the central channel and the expansion, Muladhara, void the Adiguru's heart, Brahmarandra Sahasrara. And this holy triangle where Shiva is the doer, is the holy instrument for Shiva to act through us in full awareness. And then chakras abound. Beautiful. If someone doesn't know about it, it's fine. If someone feels it's not true, it's fine. But if someone has the pure desire to experience that, we have to be open enough for the new, because evolution is like that. To discover something new, we have to be open for the new. If we are completely closed, like thinking in a way we already know everything, so nothing else should be there, that is fine. But for the real seeker is finding something else. They are discovering something else, something new. They have to be fully open. Otherwise, like in the times of Jesus Christ, the Pharisees condemned Jesus Christ. It's not that I'm talking at all about myself, no. It's about the new, about to be open for the new. So if we are completely fixed ideas, we can never discover anything new. And for us, it's a whole world to discover. Infinite world almost. Beautiful.